got bits, but not for him.
Oh, there I
Well, speaking of birthdays, it's Aja's birthday, and so inspiration to her.
Yay! Happy birthday!
Yay!
And,
I mean, it makes sense that Aja's a Scorpio.
Yeah.
Checks out.
for this special, birthday day, we will have people talk about what their character does on their birthday, if any traditions they have, friends or family. But while you're thinking about that, last time on Really Gaining Lost Power, we were ambushed by some ghostly figures, spooky, scary ghosts in some ruins. They were a little frightening. A couple of people got hit fairly hard, but they were quickly dispatched of regardless. You found Chiz hiding, playing dead amongst the ruins, amongst some other dead bodies, and managed to get back up and go on your merry way down south in the jungle. And after the rest of the day, you you set up camp, and while you were camping, you heard something big coming your way, and Ponderance warned everyone to get up and get to a more secluded location, and Aja helped with some stealthy rolls, and you found a pretty nice spot to hide as a very large lizard, bipedal lizard, walked on by. 3 stories, roughly 30 feet tall, just minding its own business, walking through the jungle. Some people wanted to take it down, fight it. Chiz was kind of against that. He knows this area, and he believes that these creatures are best taken down by traps than fighting itself. So you left it alone and reset up your campsite, your hut, slept the rest of the night, and then woke up the next morning and it was no longer raining. You then packed up, and Chiz told you that this would probably be the last day that you'll be traveling to the Yuan-Ti people. The night before, you all discussed some plans that you might take underway. What you might want to do in case of emergencies. You decided some of the things were try to talk to them or learn from them, sneak in and stealth around, possibly manipulate them, charm them, and maybe split the party if needed, and then finally possibly kidnap one of them and interrogate them. So these things were kept in mind as you headed off the next day, with Chiz leading you right to the Yuan-Ti. And he told you that he knows of where the temple is of this group by the Peaks of Flame, as well as several encampments that surround it. These encampments bring in resources and slaves into the temple. And so, after a little bit of walking, Chiz gave the go-ahead to start being quiet, where Aja set up another pass without trace, helping everyone get close enough to the encampment where Chiz revealed quite a few of these people of various serpent-like appearances, from half humanoid, half snake, all the way to quadrupedal snake-like creatures. And that is where we left off. So, starting with Cahoon, who would you like to go first?
I don't know.
Would you like to go first?
We'll just keep it in the traditional order.
Which is...
I don't know. It's like what normally how you do it, whoever like lowest.
I start with highest.
I think it's highest.
Oh. Okay. Like I don't know. Go. Can you repeat
The question is, what does your character do in regards to birthday traditions, either with friends or family?
It's kind of. Wait, what? I would say it's kind of like some Asian cultures where it's like even though you have a day that you're born, everyone celebrates their birthday on the first of the year. So it's just like the whole group has like a birthday.
One big celebration for everyone?
Yeah. Yes.
Sweet. Ash.
When she's with her family, Ash's birthday is celebrated. Her mom makes her cheesecake, because it's cake but combined with cheese, which she loves. And her mom always knits her a new pair of socks. More lately, when she's been with the temple people, they obviously how would you say it, revere life, I guess. So the tradition is that you get gifted a plant that not like a cut flower, but like a plant that will keep living to celebrate your continued life.
Sheila.
And this is just a basic fact about her? Is that right? Am I hearing that right?
What does Sheila do for a birthday tradition, either with friends or family?
Rotation. Well, Sheila has, she writes them a song all about them. And the longer she knows somebody, it gets kind of difficult because, pretty much you've already put everything in there. But that makes it, getting out there and traveling kind of necessary. That way it's easier to write a song for somebody when you find out it's her birthday.
Aja.
Aja will usually try to make it home to spend her birthday and have a little mini vacation with her family. But when she is not able to do that for whatever reason, she will write letters to her family, and she will probably like make herself a treat, and she'll just take the day off, so to speak. Normally she's out surviving, hunting, working, but on her birthday she likes to find a book to read and just have a nice casual day.
And Loki.
Oh well, I haven't been home for years, so no. Birthday, I find a pub and I go drink some ale and try to engage in some kind of contests. Throwing darts or axes or something or arm wrestling and just try to have a good time.
Good times had all around. All right. So, just before we get started, speaking of birthday inspirations, I have come up with an idea to have the party leader able to give inspiration to one other party member once per session. So this is just like to have an inspiring moment. This can be in combat or out, just anytime the leader sees that one of their people are maybe faltering at some point, they can inspire them to make a second roll.
Is this like once a session, or is this like as many as I want in a session?
This is once per session.
Can I just give everyone inspiration?
No,
like
you can
all the time.
You can give someone other than yourself inspiration once per session.
Okay. You get inspiration. You get inspiration. Everyone gets inspiration.
And if you don't ever see a moment where somebody needs to be helped out during a session, after the session, you can give out that inspiration to somebody.
Okay.
Or if you forget or something like that. But yeah, so you are at the edge of this clearing where this encampment is. These Yuan-Ti people are sort of milling about within tents, canopies. You do see that this was the site of ruins as well, so there's still some walls that are partially left up, about 3 feet off the ground. So you can still see the Yuan-Ti wandering around, but it's a bit blocked off. And we've had some time to think about how to move forward from this situation. What would somebody like to do?
Let out a war cry and charge ahead.
I looked and I don't have no spells to disguise us. Does anybody else have any disguise kind of a magic?
Loki goes, lol. No. Don't look at me.
Don't know. I think honestly the only thing I can think of that would be like remotely possible would to just be have Aja cast without a trace herself, and then go try to find it first, so we know where we should be, even looking in the first, like where we should be concentrating in the first place.
I currently have Pass Without Trace cast on all of us. It is a range, so if I leave, you guys will lose that buff.
Yeah.
Are you saying that she should go look for the artifact before you do anything big?
Yes. Because I mean, otherwise it's going to be try to have all of us try to find it, and that's.
Well, this is just an encampment, right? And it's not the temple and the artifact. I would think is at the temple. Does that make sense?
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Like, you keep an artifact. I guess, is this conversation in character, or is this just outside of the game?
No, this is in character for me.
Okay, then Aja would be like, yeah, the artifact in temple makes sense.
My assumption is that it's used as the sacrificial weapon.
Oh, yeah. So that suggests temple, right?
Chiz speaks up. If you told me a little bit more about what this thing is, maybe I would actually know what you're looking for. I mean, I know the Yuan-Ti people are probably the best, but they're best suspects to have whatever this thing is, since you're looking for a cult, right? But do you know exactly this thing? What it is, what it looks like?
Sheila's our best drawer, so we should have her sketch it out.
Yeah. Here we go. Wait a minute. Somebody tell me what it looks like. I'll draw a picture from everything I've heard.
Have we seen a picture? Did,
I haven't seen a picture. I just heard a kind of a description, so I suppose
She has a
I
mental
did that.
image, and she's gonna put it on paper.
Yeah.
I think all we know is that it's a site.
I will give her guidance.
Yeah, the thing is,
Yeah, the
you
site,
could cut grass with it, but I have a feeling you do not cut grass with this particular one.
I believe you. I believe in you.
Thank you. I'm gonna draw a picture of this here side, and I'm gonna put little sparkles around it to show how magic that look.
It's 1 out of 5 sparkles magical.
Okay, well, yes, this thing is probably okay at cutting through the forest. Depending on what it, I guess I can't really say if I've seen it before because I've never been inside the temple. Viserys speaks up and says, I just happen to have, I can summon an invisible creature that might be able to cause some sort of distraction. It's unseen servant.
So I asked my guide here if could we make our way to the temple and avoid this encampment, or do we need to pass through where they are?
Oh, we don't have to stay here. We could go to the temple itself. This was just a possibility that I was letting you see. If you wanted to stay, we can go to the temple.
Appreciate ya.
What do you say?
All right.
All right, what?
Please.
Whatever you say.
You're welcome.
I'm just being agreeable.
You're very agreeable, Sheila.
Thank you.
I wouldn't prefer any other alternative outside of me soloing this mission because I don't trust myself to accomplish that.
I believe in you.
Oh, do you really? Can I
The
roll insight?
Do you mean
Roll insight.
by mission? Do you mean in searching this encampment?
19.
I guess I'm not very persuasive,
Is that the mission that you're contemplating?
but I'm genuine.
It was the Cthulhu's suggestion of like you guys stepping further back and getting more hidden, and then me going in
Wait,
looking for the item,
I
whether
don't
it's
know.
here or like at the temple.
I mean, we could just have Sheila. Oh no, never mind. That was old Sheila. Old Sheila could turn herself invisible. What level's polymorph?
Level 5 or 4? 4 or 5. All right. So as you are discussing this,
How many do we see in the encampment?
Loki and Aja looked last time and saw about 24 individuals wandering. There might be more. There might be more behind walls or in tents. But as you are discussing this, takes about 5 minutes. But the Loki, you're the first to hear this. You hear the sound of metal on metal as something is jingle jangling coming through the jungle. Ashe, you hear it second. You also hear this and the sounds of footprints approaching the encampment.
Does this sound like coins jingling or chainmail or
Chains of some sort.
It's going towards the
Chains, oh.
encampment or coming from the encampment?
It's going towards the encampment.
Let's take
It's
cover, go to stealth mode, and listen and watch.
So you're looking straight ahead, and it's to your right, coming towards the encampment. So Loki and Ashe, you warn them about this. You've already had your stealth rolls, and you kind of lay low and wait and see what it is. After another minute, you see out of the clearing. You see another one of the bipedal, snake-headed human creatures walking forward. Behind him, you see about half a dozen humanoid people, elves, half-elves, humans, half-orcs, and whatnot. They looked to be in chains. They have cuffs around their wrists, and each one has a large link around their neck. Each around their neck is connected to each other. Their legs are not connected at all or chained up. And as it's walking forward, you see two of the monstrous humanoid lizard folk coming along the side, and one more of the humanoid snake heads bringing up the rear. So 4 creatures in total approaching the camp with these 6 other creatures in chains.
Hey,
Oh,
mean,
Thor, damn me all to Hades.
I wonder if
Yeah,
your unseen
gotcha.
servant. I wonder if the unseen servant could free some of the slaves. That would cause quite a ruckus.
Well, if it had the key, I think it would, yes. It's not very strong, though.
Unfortunately.
and I don't know which of them has the key, if it's the one in the back or the one in the front.
Porque no los dos.
That is possible, yes.
Are they so close to the encampment that if someone were to say attack one of the guards there, would that draw the entire encampment?
They are close enough to where if one of them were to shout out anything,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
the encampment would hear.
Yeah.
Does anybody have silence?
Not
No,
this
that's a
group.
great plan.
I don't.
But no, I
Oh,
don't.
I don't do
That's
spells.
a cleric thing, isn't it?
It is one of my favorite spells.
I can cast it as a ritual.
Handy.
That and Ray of Enfeeblement.
Handy.
Does the encampment
Well, they're
see
gonna
this
Well,
approaching
if they're
group?
bringing these slaves into the encampment, and there are probably even more slaves in the encampment, let's watch and see if they show us where all of the slaves are,
Ooh,
and maybe we
yeah.
can mount a slave rescue later. But it seems kind of dangerous and headstrong, and I can't believe this is Loki saying this. To just attack now. Let's see if we can see where in the encampment they take the slaves. Maybe.
You've gone soft.
Yeah. Because slaves would help us. We had to attack it.
Yes, so the encampment does see them coming about the same time that Loki and Ashe do. At first, so you saw them look at these people, and the group of humanoid creatures walk up to the outside of the encampment. Two of the serpent-headed humanoid creatures walk out with two of the basilisks, and they start talking about something. Does anyone speak Draconic?
No. Not I.
No.
Nope.
Wow.
Not big on languages. Just speak
Spicy.
common and giant.
I speak infernal.
Oh, but I could take a. What if I were to eat a tiny, tasty tongue twisty?
Ooh.
I'm gonna eat a tiny, tasty tongue twisty.
Okay. So
Oh,
for 5
Ponderance speaks Draconic.
Oh, good.
Okay. Have Ponderance roll history.
And
And
I already ate my tongue twisty.
that's fine. You can both get like what you can do. So they aren't speaking. Ponderance knows that they aren't speaking Draconic directly. It's sort of a slang version where it's a bit hard to understand exactly what is being said. But you both, Loki and Ponderance, can pick up on various words such as new, slaves, and port town. And delivery immediately. I'll say Ponderance understands there is one word that is said that is not specifically Draconic, but it is presumably a proper noun, which is Raznasi. The slaves are led into the camp by the two monstrous-looking creatures. They're the half-snake creatures, these ones, draw some water from one of the pots and start kind of forcefully putting it down the throats of these chained people. A couple of the basilisks start like nipping at the heels of these humanoids, but some of the other Yuan-Ti kind of pull them back to try to get them to not eat the feet of these people. They are more valuable with their feet than not. So I'll say you have about 3 minutes left on your Pass Without Trace. You can recast
Okay.
it, but
I can cast it one final time.
Okay.
I'm like, whatever we do, we need to hurry up. We don't have a lot of time. We have 30 minutes. If we need more time to discuss, then perhaps we should move back a little ways.
are you? So did you want to follow these slavers into where their camp, their temple is? Is that the plan?
Everyone?
Yes.
And
Let's follow him in. Quietly.
Sarah like kind of just like raises her hand up a little bit, very tentatively.
Sarah, yes, what question?
What if we allowed ourselves to get caught?
Why?
What if we pretended to be slaves?
No, I get you, but but then we have to fight our way out without weapons.
Yeah, they take.
Well,
up-
that's the thing. I've seen Aja have a bag that can hold a lot of things, and I know that several of you are very strong. Ponderance here can make arms materialize out of nowhere. So if we pretended and
I could throw other things than axes, you know.
yes. And if we had loose bonds instead of something tight, maybe we could get inside without fighting our way in.
Where are they going to put the bag? I mean,
You has to get way up there, Morty.
I mean,
I could
put the
stuff
bag and
I-
folding up there. I'm just
Look, I could stuff
worried.
it in my bra. they're snake-like. They're reptilian. They don't understand
bra is a
memories,
bag
so
of
they won't
holding.
question it. And every woman has uneven, so it's fine.
I say, yeah. I'll put my. I could go for that.
Okay.
It was just a suggestion. I don't know exactly, but it'd be a lot easier to fight our way out than to fight our way in.
Agreed.
Well, then we only have to fight our way out, not fighting our way in and then back out.
But
Yes.
then we should
That's a
have
lot
help
of
from the
fighting.
other slaves if we get everybody out.
Exactly.
Also,
Who's- Selling us,
Chiz.
though.
Yeah, Chiz, I know you don't want to go inside. What if you wanted to make a quick buck? Yeah. That's why I'm here.
Hey, baby.
I am all ears.
So what do we have in mind?
I won't feel bad betraying all you.
I'm all head slots.
Oh god. All right. So we're gonna I'm gonna start undressing, I guess, and because we don't have much time, we have 3 minutes. I'm gonna start putting my stuff in the bag of holding. And I'm just
I'm gonna
Yeah.
start
Take
putting
my
my stuff in
scimitar.
there too.
Does anyone
take
else-
my sword?
Does
It
anyone else
might.
have a bag of holding?
What if we like back off a bit so we can like do this, and then follow the group away from the encampment so we don't have to deal with all of that. It'll
Okay.
be easier persuading like 4 people than
How do you
many
know
are
they're
here.
going away from the encampment?
They've got slaves. They're taking them to the temple.
Oh, slaves don't go in the encampment?
No, the encampment is just for scouting purposes, defense, resources, gathering.
Okay.
Okay,
All right. Yeah,
let's move back then.
this makes sense then. Okay.
So you, last couple minutes of Pass Without Trace, you sneak back away from the encampment. How far do you want to go? You were about 30 feet from the nearest person when you were standing.
I'm gonna say 300 feet.
Okay.
Like, I want to be out of even like archery range.
Just
Out of
300 feet
knocking
to-
distance.
300 feet
Yes.
to the football field. Sure, that's reasonable.
Okay, so you go quite a big distance away. And enough where if you make a lot of noise, you won't be heard. But Shiz will say, we are a distance away, but again, they have patrols around. It's not like we can take our time. We should still be quick and quiet.
Yes. We should be quick because we don't want them to move on without us being able to follow them. Also, so yeah, I'll put my stuff in the bag of holding.
Okay.
My sword.
My sword, yeah.
My axe.
Is
My rapier.
my backpack.
How heavy is all of your equipment?
And my shield. My sword and my shield.
The
Ah,
heaviest.
you
Because
wanna
right
know
now
that,
I have
huh?
116 pounds in my bag of holding.
Yeah, and how much does
um,
it hold?
500.
What doesn't...
Oh, so it won't take everything. Okay.
I don't know
If
if
I
anyone
gave you-
else.
Everything
the-
I have, it'd only be 100 pounds.
Well, hold on. Does anyone else have a bag of holding? Because I don't want to just put all of our hope in one sack.
I don't.
Yes.
I don't.
I
Saying.
also have one. Pretty
Don't,
sure.
don't put all your hopes in one sack.
That's why you have two. It's always a good idea to have 2 sacks.
I also have one, and Ponderance
Oh.
has one.
All
Oh,
right
that's
then.
true. He does.
We should bring, if we have extra weapons, bring them for the other, so we can arm the slaves.
Well, I have 4 of my throwing axes, but I mean, so I have 4 hand axes.
I have
have
a
a
rusted
dagger.
short sword.
Yep. I have a dagger and a short sword and a light crossbow,
I don't
plus
know.
my
if-
scimitar and.
I also apparently have a femur, rib, and jaw of a dead skeleton.
That could be used as weapon.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has anything in his bag of holding. I don't know.
He's a monk. Why does he have a bag of holding?
I don't know.
You
For
can
his-
never go wrong.
10 darts.
You
Yes,
can never
that's it.
know.
He's got a
Whoa.
tan bag of tricks, a backpack, and a bag of holding,
Jeepers.
and they're all inside of each other.
Oh, there's another thing too. You have to be careful about putting magic bags in magic bags, right?
Right.
We can't put put a bag of holding in another bag of holding because that'll cause
Right.
issues.
That's what I understand. Yeah.
But can we put the magic bag of tricks into a bag of holding?
I don't
Way to
know.
find out.
Oh god.
Breaking space-time continuum.
Look, to make them look even, I'm going to just put my bag of tricks in my other bra cup. Just make them look like very voluptuous. Push-up
I'll,
project.
I'll just keep my bag of tricks on me.
You mammals and your large milk sacks.
I will never understand. That's just evolution gone wrong for you guys. All right, so I'm grabbing Sheila's stuff.
Yes, please.
Sheila's shit, and it's 100 pounds.
That's if you were to take everything I have. Yeah,
Well, I don't know what all you're giving me.
I am giving you. Got a pencil?
Well, no, I need just the total amount. So
Oh.
I'm not gonna write down every single thing I'm keeping.
Okay, so it will probably be my mail. That's 25 pounds. Then
And mail.
yeah, and dagger, rapier, shield, and short
Is
sword.
there
and
anything you're
crossbow.
keeping?
Loincloth.
Common
Oh, my
clothes?
harp. I'm gonna need my harp. Yeah. So let's just say, yeah, it's 95.
95 pounds. Okay. You're keeping your armor on, or are you keeping just clothes on?
I'll just have my regular.
Who else am I keeping? I'm putting in the bag of holding.
I
Gotta
can
throw it
take
on.
my own. Put mine in my own bag.
Okay, so you're taking mine. And for everything, it's well, basically it's 150 pounds.
Okay.
Because that includes my armor, and I don't want to lose my armor or have to. Yeah.
I'm at 361. I'm going to pull out my reef shark from my bag, and I'm going to say, I didn't have a chance to enjoy this kill, but Chiz, do you want this?
Fish.
What? We don't get a lot of that. What is it?
It's a shark, one of the deadliest predators of the ocean.
Oh, that's gonna taste so good.
Oh, please, when you enjoy it, please write it down what you taste and tell me next time I see you.
Consider that today's payment.
Okay. And you see him take, like, you just throw the meat on the ground just as fresh as you put it in there, and you see him pick it up and put it into his coin pouch, just like plop it in there, and the coin pouch doesn't seem to get bigger.
He's a bag of holding too.
Is Chiz an adventurer? Honestly, it makes sense to have bags of holding if you're hunters, because, like, if you're gonna, you don't want to carry or kill.
A whole
It's
bear.
kind of freaking a whole bear, and that'd be a pain in the butt.
Bag
They're
of
like-
bear.
Yeah. I have bag of bear made out of bear. Okay. Help to lessen the load. Oh, I'll pull out my rope. I have 50 feet of rope. I'll pull that out so he can tie us up. That'll help lessen the load.
Whoever's ready, I'll start tying. I mean, not too tight, obviously. You gotta get out, but
We'll act like tied up, though. We'll act like. Help me, help me.
okay. So, Sarah has like 10 pounds of stuff.
Put hers in mine.
It's just her fan, her wand, and
a potion of healing.
Okay. So, as each of you are doffing your armor and weapons, putting backpacks into bags of holding, making sure that everything looks pretty good, Chiz will begin to tie up. Who's going to be in front? Let's do marching order again.
I'll be in front.
I will be in the middle somewhere.
I wanted to say what I'm not putting in the bag of holding. I'm not putting in my Tricky Treat sugar bombs or my gray bag of tricks or my deck of many things.
What if they get a hold of that?
Oh, that'd be fucking great. Hey, you want to see a card? You want to see a card trick? Take a card, any card.
I'm gonna keep a dust of celerity on me also. Okay, so that's about it. Everything else goes in the.
Okay, so put your token in order. Loki is in the front.
I'm happy being in the back.
Okay, look good to everyone.
This was
Yeah,
pretty
that's
much
fine.
the same order as before. Okay, so it starts with Loki tying him up, Sheila, Ponderance, Ashe, Sarah, Cocoon, and Aja. And he says, should we do the next two, like the chained up people?
What?
Or no, it's fine. It's fine. Hopefully they'll think it's secure enough. Also try to look like extra beaten up. Maybe I could cut you up a little bit to make it look like I really wrangled up with some good people.
Can I do a survival to? I guess maybe a survival or roll something to make myself look beat up and bruised and dirty.
Does anyone have a disguise kit?
Don't think so.
Got a crowbar. I can hit us with a crowbar.
I have a disguise kit. I have 3 of them.
Oh, cool. So you can roll either performance or sleight of hand or deception. I'll let you choose to try and disguise the group as a whole.
Roll performance.
Give it guidance.
I did it 3 times. Sorry. Take the
roll
first
it. Roll a d4.
one. I didn't hear it.
Okay. So that's 18. So yeah, you make it look like each person has bruises, cuts that have once been opened but have dried blood. Maybe a couple torn shirts, some dirt that's splattered around, making it look like you've been captured and taken in by this lizard folk. Maybe add a couple bite marks to indicate that it was pretty savage with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do a good job of making it look like monster makeup and whatnot. So he kind of looks at all of you and says, "All right, ready to go?
Let's go.
Any last minute stuff?"
Need to
my
roll
makeup
anything
belts
to-
off.
Hide my bags.
Yeah, you roll sleight of hand to attempt to hide things on your person.
Should I also roll that then?
20.
I will give guidance.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks.
Wow.
Yes,
And that's
guidance.
a D4. Look, this is what guidance is meant for. So that's a 24 for hiding my sacks.
I just think it's fun that I'm giving you guidance.
Ow.
I understand there's
Congratulations, you're a
tucking,
drag queen.
there's
Also
tucking
get
involved.
Tucking was involved.
Yeah, so you managed to hide your bags of holding on your persons. And
I'm gonna try to hide my gray bag of tricks on my person.
I don't want to ask where you're gonna hide it. That's fine.
I'm
He's
just gonna
walking
put it
funny,
down
but
my
he's.
pants.
Oh, jeez! I hope nothing gets out.
Okay.
Badger in my pants.
You want me to roll sleight of hand? We'll see how this looks.
Quick, give him guidance.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's a cantrip. You can do it as many times as you want.
Yeah, but does he want to?
Oh.
All right. So, yeah, you have your items hidden. Be sure to keep track of what you still have on you. If you didn't put anything in a bag of holding. Note that if you require a focus of some sort for your spells, that if you did put it in a bag of holding, you will be unable to cast material components. And while your hands are bound, it will take a little bit. You will have to use your bonus action to break the bonds that are loosely tied, and then use your action to cast the spell for somatic components. But yeah, so you all look like you are ready to work for the Yuan-Ti. Or be sacrificed, whatever they're feeling like. And Chiz starts to walk you in the direction where he believes that the traders have taken the slaves you saw before. And you're not stealthing anymore, you're just walking through. So no need to roll that. Going through the jungle. And it does take you a little bit of time. You felt like the extra disguising or hiding of items maybe delayed you slightly, but you managed to catch up to these the slavers. Before you get there, Chiz will kind of turn and say, we aren't very far from the temple. It won't take you very long. Hopefully this will get you inside without any kind of ruckus. If you're ever in town, need of a guide or a hunter, I'll be there. But good luck to you. It's been fun, which is odd. I haven't really had this kind of interaction with outsiders before. I'll put in a good word for everyone in town. But it's now or never. And you make your way and find the 4 Yuan-Ti individuals that previously had slaves. So it's the serpent head in the front and the back, and then the monstrous lizard people on either side. And as you are approaching Chiz makes no effort to be quiet, and one of each turns to look at the group that is being pulled towards them. And in Draconic, Ponderance can understand Chiz as he speaks to Yuan-Ti. And he says that I come bringing those who need work. These mainlanders have found their way, some sort of vacation on this island. They were very careless. I took them in, and I offer them as a trade to you, Yuan-Ti pure blood people. And
I'm gonna have Ponderance is gonna, since he can also speak Draconic, kind of help try to sell it. Maybe he'll kind of yell that something along the lines of like, "Fucking bastard, we paid you to keep us safe, not sell us out."
Okay, I'll have you roll either performance or deception. For Ponderance.
Praise be. Forget. Oh, yeah. Totally.
After the Yuan-Ti people kind of like hear this announcement coming from Chiz, they kind of like look at each other and lick their tongues out. They speak in that broken Draconic. Ponderance can only understand a couple words.
I'm gonna use his. I'm gonna try to use the inspiration.
Okay.
Well, okay. Sure.
And he can only hear a couple words such as he can understand slaves and sacrifice and bits, P-I-T-S, bits, but can't really understand like the context very well. And after Ponderance says that, Chiz will like pull as hard as he can on the rope that is connecting all of you. You feel it get tighter, and Loki, if you want to fail the athletics roll against it, you can fall. Try and be convincing these people.
You want me to fall and be convinced to sell it? I could do an athletics check to see if I can succeed at that, right?
If you do an athletics, you are resisting the pull, but you can choose to fail if you'd like.
Oh, okay. I'll fail.
Okay. So yeah, you feel the rope tighten on your wrists and get pulled down. Sheila, you are the next in line. You feel it tighten, but you get pulled forward. You don't get pulled down. And Chiz says in common, "Shut the hell up. You people don't belong here. You're looking for something, but what you found is a one-way ticket to the rest of your pathetic lives. You will live the rest of your days here until you die, whether that's tomorrow or in the next couple decades. Yes. And the two the four Yuan-Ti people are kind of like looking at each other, and the one in the back here comes up and goes to Aja, the one in the back, and with a muscular humanoid hand, but with several claws and scales on one side, grabs your chin and like pulls you towards him and like examines you as if you're like some animal, some trained horse or whatever to
Some
do his
chattel.
bidding. What would you like to do, Aja?
Spit, spit.
I
spit,
mean,
spit,
probably
spit,
like
spit,
spit. And probably be like, first the best.
Okay.
Was ist dies?
First the best.
Where are you spitting?
Probably in his eyes.
Okay. So you spit up at him and he reels back and like pulls you, and then with his other clawed hand, he smacks you across the face. You take you take 8 slashing, and you feel the claw marks sting and bite on your face, and you feel something trying to enter you as you take 3 poison as well.
I'm gonna say in response, Venharel Mahlam. And that was 3 poison and 8 slashing.
Yes. And this one will turn to Chiz and in broken draconic say Ponderance understands days and condition. And in draconic, Chiz will respond, I admit, it has been 3 days, but I assure you they are young and very good at being strong. The poison that you put inside them will keep them weak, but they are still strong enough to resist the deadly effects.
Really,
And this
look
one
at these supple.
shoves Aja's face. You get pushed back a little bit, and the bonds around your wrist tighten as you get pulled back. Cahoon, you feel the pull of Aja getting pulled back as well, and it will walk back to the group and kind of nod at the monstrous-looking one, and it will nod back and like walk over to the front this time, and it will go to first grab Loki's arm, like just to kind of feel, and then go to grab onto his bonds, and satisfied that they are tight enough, just manages to pull some more so it strengthens the bond, and nods to the one in the front. Another serpent-headed will come up and produce a small bag, a coin purse, and will hold out the coin purse for Chiz, and then hold out its hand for the the rope that he's holding. And there's the exchange. Chiz puts the satchel in the coin purse that he had, and it disappears inside. And looks at all of you and puts one hand in his pocket and says, "You disgust me," and instantly disappears.
Wow. Can I roll an insight on that final phrase?
Yeah. And Ponderance and Ashe, I want you to roll Arcana. To see what effect that has. And was that first insight Ponderance or Cahoon? Okay. So Aja, he must really not like you because you feel like that was genuine.
I gave him my prized kill.
What a bitch.
But Ponderance and Cahoon, you notice a little bit of sentiments in there.
Oh,
And
am I also rolling insight? Sorry.
We saw him
if
wink.
you wanted to,
Imagine anyone could roll insight, yeah?
yeah, anyone can roll insight. The Arcana is different though.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
both
Ash,
rolled
you
19.
also like get some feeling of he probably wasn't completely serious about that. There was a little bit of like stingingness to it, but there was something more sentimental.
Truth hurts.
And Ponderance and Ash, you recognize that the ability that he used isn't too different than the teleport spell. Has been used a couple times already by this group. But with that, the Yuan-Ti, the one in the front, will now
Do they seem
yank.
surprised when he just disappears like that?
I mean, you can use that 24, and it's really hard to read these people because they don't have like humanoid faces. So it's you aren't sure, but you do detect a little bit of confusion and surprise, but not much. So now you have one of the monstrous creatures pulling you as hard as it can. You all feel that tug being pulled forward into further into the jungle as the other snake-headed Yuan-Ti will pull the chains of the other slaves. During this entire conversation, the slaves haven't really even looked at you. They look just downtrodden and sorrowful and just hopeless. They feel as if they will die in the clutches of these people.
Have we seen any of them before at the town?
No, you have not. No, the only human in town was the barkeep at the bar they use were
that's
at.
right.
These are the rest of the people there were like animalistic, anthropomorphic kind of people. These are strictly like humanoid people, elf, human, half orc, and so on. And you are led into further into the jungle. If there's anything you'd like to do before you get to the temple, let me know. but we will make our way there. And as you are walking, the groups, the four Yuan-Ti you have here, will go to more outskirts of encampments, and have a short conversation. Though this time they won't force feed water to the group. But with the additional sets of slaves, they will get 2 basilisks with them to kind of watch out for anything going on. All right. So the jungle clears up slightly. There are less dense trees in this area. It looks like this has been sort of a controlled forestry area, where the trees have been cut down and grown again for wood and resources. You see a very large, kind of like a Aztec style temple, where it's a very large pyramidic, but also what's it called? Levels.
They're called step pyramids.
Yes. That. You see that come into the distance. Along the outside of the temple, you see quite a few more, probably another 2 or 3 dozen Yuan-Ti wandering around in and out of the temple. The temple itself looks to be set and in the side of a very large hill or a small mountain. So just the front half can be seen. And it looks very ancient. Foliage has grown upon it. There isn't a whole lot of upkeep as you make your way to the entrance of this temple. And it gets pretty narrow pretty fast. It closes into about 20 feet wide. And I'm hoping that this isn't too crazy when it comes to people. There's a lot going on. Also, be forewarned, I had a bit of difficulty with the walls, or the grid lines. So the grid lines won't match up what the map has, but they are very close.
Is it like loading? Oh, okay, there it is. There's so many people. Wow.
Busy, busy.
There's a lot going on.
I feel bad for Theodore Roosevelt here. Seems to be losing his mind or something.
Okay, so you see as you enter, alongside these other slaves, you see this 20-foot wide, 20-foot high corridor leads to a set of bronze doors. You see there are coiled serpents that decorate the metal, and it looks to be a sliding hatch about head height, with 4-inch holes that are there are 4-inch holes that pierce through the base of the door. Okay. And you see 2 more of these serpent-headed creatures standing guard. You see 4 more of the monstrous serpent creatures that are just keeping watch, watching the dozen of you show up. The one leading the chain slave people walks up and starts speaking to the others up here. Ponderance, you get various words such as new slaves. You hear lizard folk, and strong wills and strong bodies. The other Yuan-Ti here let out a very odd laughter, one that could only come from creatures with bifurcated tongues. And they reach back and pound on the bronze doors, and the bronze doors slide away into the walls. You see more of the monstrous creatures guarding each of the corridors. Beyond the metal doors, there looks to be some metal gratings. And as everyone walks over these metal gratings, you look down and you see dozens and dozens of writhing snakes throughout them.
Of course.
It had to be snakes.
It just had to be.
Yeah, why couldn't it have been spiders?
Oh, don't you worry. Don't get ahead of me.
Sorry, Althea.
So they lead you to this point. If there's any time where you would like to do something, don't be afraid to speak up.
I would like to detect traps.
Okay, you can roll investigation with disadvantage because you are being guided in. You don't really have a time to look.
Okay.
You suspect that the trap here is the snake grating that they have in the floor, but you don't really see.
A plus.
I think that was snake grading, not snake grading.
They don't have graded snakes. That's not a delicacy of theirs.
We have no idea how good these snakes are.
D minus then.
But yeah, if you want to do something, let me know. But they will continue walking.
And
Okay.
we're walking. Are they still there? My cheeks are killing me.
Keeps of walking.
Are we there
Walk,
yet?
Walk. Walk underground.
I'm thirsty.
Now we walk some more.
This map is going to be an issue, but we'll deal with it. It's very slow. So they start leading this group of people down the this first corridor. As they pull you all in the room.
How did the other group of people, were they described with like how you said they were like demoralized, but like are they like physically well or sickly looking, or what kind of shape were they in physically?
Physically, they looked pretty beaten up, and weakened.
Did they skip leg day?
So it looks like it's that.
It looked like it was a forced thing, where they forced some sort of sickness upon them to weaken them.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
They did talk about how long it had been you had been captured before they were given. Chiz gave them to the slavers, and he said only 3 days, but you still are strong. So, you suspect that, yeah, you can figure it out.
And did they only do it to Aja, or did they try to do the poison to everybody, or whatever it was?
No, they just slapped Aja because she was being defiant, and
Okay.
that's where she got that poison.
Did my spit like aim in his land in his eye?
I gotcha.
It probably landed on his nose, like the bridge of his nose.
Oh.
But as you are all herded into this first chamber, the bronze doors behind you are closed, and you are now inside Yuan-Ti Temple.
Wow.
Just in time for Thanksgiving. I'm assuming we're not alone. We're still being followed or led, marched.
That's what it looks like to me.
Novembered.
Yeah, we're still being herded to somewhere deeper into the temple. Right?
Yes, so you have these monstrous creatures, one in front, one in back, pulling you deeper in. You see the serpent-headed creatures are pulling the other group of slaves into these rooms. As you walk down this narrow hall, you can hear the sounds of chanting coming from a room to the north here. Get pulled further into these chambers. And Loki, you are the first to see this room that they are pulling you through. Looks like it has a a bloodstained altar that would stand in the middle of the room. It has shackles that are bolted to its top and niches that are carved into the sides. Housed in each of the niches is a human skull. Grooves that run down the altar to gutters on the floor, allowing spilled blood to drain into the walls to the south. Clay urns overflow with wet bones and gore. You see,
Okay.
Loki, you are out in front, so you see that the chained slaves are being led into a further room. An iron portcullis is raised before these people are led into this chamber. And you hear the sound of muffled sobs and moans coming from this room.
The room that the other slaves are being
Yes.
herded into. And then I see a different door to the north.
Yes, there's a doorway up. You saw a doorway back here, and you see very small niches in the wall that is leading to the south.
Okay, well, I assume we're going to keep... I'm assuming they're going to take us to some type of holding area. So, and that may be right where the... So I'm just going to keep going along.
Okay. So
What do they need all this blood for?
They're building a Reaper.
they pull you around this altar, kind of just as a show of intimidation. And one of the guards that had been standing watch already in the temple will shout in broken Draconic, Ponderance hears a hold, and he will, the serpent creature, will walk over to Hysera and grab onto her arm and kind of like examine her, sort of like feeling her arms, her waist, grabbing her by the horns, seeing as it's a very good handhold, and like pulling her down. Ashe and Ponderance, you are kind of pulled towards her as your bonds are attached, and he will grab onto her ropes and like loosen them a bit, pulling them off of her while keeping a firm grip on her wrists. His large hands are easily able to grab both her arms in one. So he is essentially separating her from the pulled group, and he will pull her down away. And in Broken Draconic, we'll shout to the others. Ponderance can tell it's very, very loose interpretation of worthy sacrifice.
He'll lean to the closest person in front of him. I think, did you say that was Amanda? Or
No,
Alex?
it's Sarah. Oh, sorry, closest person.
Yeah.
And say, I think they're going to sacrifice right now.
I struggle as she is taken away. Like, I mean, I okay. I obviously act concerned while she is taken away, but once I hear this, I start to like struggle and try to follow her.
Anyone with proficiency in insight can see the fear in Hysera's eyes, as if like this wasn't according to plan, kind of thing. And like silently scream with her eyes at anyone who will see. And
we need to roll perception.
No,
I
no
don't have
advantage.
proficiency in that.
If you have
proficiency in insight.
Oh, nope.
Yeah. Okay, so then we see that. We notice that behavior on her face, yeah?
Yes.
I'm going to... I think Aja, if nobody else reacts, like, she's going to look to Ashe to see if Ashe does anything. Is Ashe doing anything?
Why am I out of the line?
Because he pulled her he took her off of the line. So now it's just from Ponderance to you, to Cahoon, to Aja.
I don't see Ponderance.
Oh.
Oh, I see. Okay. What is this in the middle? Is this like a
That's
thing
the
on
altar.
ground,
That's
or-
the altar.
Okay.
Wait, right to business, huh?
I try and like move past Cahoon and then, like follow where he's taking her. If I can.
Okay. After Hysera has been separated from the group, the one that was leading you before will begin to pull Loki once more into this room. Ashe, you go to try and help Hysera, and as you are taking steps towards her, you feel the rope from Ponderance pull on your wrists towards towards the room to the right.
Ashe is
the-
gonna ask what are they doing? No, don't take her. Ponderance, what? Tell them to take me, not her.
Are all of the people in this room armed with weapons?
So, that you've seen before, the snake-headed creatures each have a very crude-looking sword. It looks to be curved or bent in some places, and the monstrous or primitive-looking Yuan-Ti are only armed with their teeth and claws.
Okay. Ponderance will, when he hears worthy sacrifice, and see Aja and Asha cry out or try to struggle, he'll say, he'll laugh and say, "Unworthy sacrifice."
In Draconic?
Yes.
Make a persuasion.
I'm gonna give Ponderance inspiration for this, if I may.
Yep, you may.
I can't roll above a 13, apparently, unless it's Cthulhu.
That was the leadership inspiration. If anyone else has an inspiration that they want to give, they can.
Oh, can I do bardic inspiration without my instrument though?
You would have had to already give it to me, I think.
Yeah. So this inspiration is the one that the DM gives you.
Okay, all right,
Oh,
different.
let me see. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take mine from. I'll take it from Cthulhu. Let's see.
You can always give your inspiration to another player.
Please, for the love of God. This is just.
Oh
It's
god.
not meant to be.
I will give my inspiration to him, and I will tell Ponderance, say she's unworthy because she is not a virgin. Maybe they care about that.
Well, gee whiz.
Instead, he will add on soiled blood.
Oh.
And this is Ponderance speaking Draconic, so the rest of the party is not sure of what the words he speaks. So you don't hear unworthy or spoiled blood or anything like that. But when he says that, the Yuan-Ti down here will kind of he's got a good grip at both the arms of Sarah and one of the horns, and he'll twist her head towards him and really look at her face and pull her head around and sniff at her hair and just look for how you can tell spoiled blood and whatnot. And he'll say back to Ponderance and Broken Draconic, certainty.
Somehow say along the lines of she made a pact with the Raven Queen. If you kill her, you're in for a bad time. Something along those lines.
Okay. So, uh, after these words are said, all the Yuan-Ti in this group will like start to hiss and sneer, and like it seems you've struck a chord. And he will, by her horns, throw Hysera on the floor and say another deity, and like unsheath his weapon and like point it at Hysera menacingly, but not to strike her.
Do we recognize this weapon?
This is like a sword that looks bent. It looks like a cross between a short sword and a scimitar, but not either or exactly. Very crude kind of weapon.
So you're saying it's a scimitar?
Scimitar.
Oh, semi-scimitar.
And with that, everyone roll a d4. And yeah, so they kind of get a little angry with this new information that the creature that they have picked is not of worthy sacrifice. And she will like just be on the floor seeing the sword and like just putting her head down as if submitting servitude. And with that conversation back and forth over, the Yuan-Ti will continue to pull Loki into this room that has quite a few slaves already in it.
Would it just be like is everyone still attached? They just took her off the rope line or whatever?
She is the only one not attached to the rope line. Yes.
Okay.
What do I see in this room?
In this room, you see you see pits that are that have circular iron grates that cover them. You see there is a chain that is hooked to each of the grates that stretches over pulleys bolted to the ceiling and coiled around an iron winch on the nearby wall. To the north, you see a faintly glowing stone disc that covers the floor of an otherwise empty alcove. Carved into the top of the disc is a serpent symbol. You smell the wretched stench of sweat and humidity in this room. So they use the pulley system to open two of the grates, the bottom two here, and start shoving prisoners in.
Okay, I hope Ashe comes into the same place. Still has her bag.
Can I try and make a grab for Hysera? Or are they trying to keep her?
Yeah. Make a performance or a sleight of hand to try and make it look like you wanted to get her to quote unquote safe.
Here we go. 24.
Yeah. She's on the floor and you reach out just enough for her to see, and she gets up and takes your hand, and you all get pulled in. If you want, you don't have to wait for these slaves to get filed
I'm
in.
not. I'm gonna.
The rest of the party can move into this room.
Yeah, I will move into this room with her. We're just quickly trying to try and get it so that they can't grab her again from us. And I have a very tight grip on her. I can't enter the room.
Oh, you can't?
It's a good thing they're afraid of chlamydia too.
I'll have you know his Sarah is of noble blood. I don't know if that means anything. Yeah, so you can enter the room now.
Okay. We get to pick a hole.
No, you are being shoved into the bottom left side hole. They're
This one?
pushing the ones, the former ones, these ones down there first, because they were let into the room first. But yeah, if you want to move into the room, you can. Whatever you like.
What is this?
That is a disc in an alcove that has the symbol of a serpent on it. It glows slightly.
I don't know what the symbol is.
Think around.
I'll roll a religion, see if I know what it is. That's a 15.
You don't recognize it as religious.
Oh, I am an idiot. That's clearly graffiti. There's another gang here.
Tunnel snakes.
Tunnel snakes?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just their language. It just says the vault room or something.
So yeah, they are slowly pulling these people into this pit. It doesn't look like 6 people can fit down there, but by golly, are they gonna try?
They're just gotta stomp them down a little bit. What is in the pit?
Just ragdoll them, you know.
Oh.
What, can I peer down one of the pits?
The pit you are directly next to, you look down into, and you see the faces of half a dozen people staring back at you. They look very tired and worn, sweaty. They look like they have seen people who might be able to save them, but then remember that the people above them are also slaves. So they just kind of look away and lose hope.
Make a note that these pits seem to be all full of people.
Sweaty pits.
Alright, so now that the chained slaves are in here, they're gonna start pulling Loki and the rest into this left side one.
Okay.
And, Loki, you are pulled very hard and pulled down into this pit.
All right.
You fall down 10 feet. You take 6 bludgeoning damage as you are hit on the very hard stone floor of this pit.
Why isn't that? There we go.
Sheila is next. She is thrown down into this pit.
Ah!
You take 5 bludgeoning as you slam up against Loki and the stone floor.
Ow! Ow!
Next up is Ponderance. Ponderance, you are thrown into this pit. You take 4 bludgeoning damage as you slam at the bottom.
Okie dokie. He's got slow fall.
He does. So I believe
So we are level 10 0. Reduces it by your monk level.
okay. He does not take that bludgeoning damage. He's just thrown in and very gently lands on. Graceful.
He lands on other people and it was only a 2-foot drop.
He just gracefully lands on top of their head, like the Shaolin soccer.
Yep.
All right. Ashe, you are also pulled in, and as the last of your group is pulled into this room, the portcullis begins to drop down, sealing everyone in this room. Ashe, you take 6 bludgeoning as you are thrown into the pit.
How rude.
Is Hesera's not tied at all, huh?
No, she's not. She's with you.
Well, none of us are tied now, right? I mean, we
No,
weren't
you're still
going in
tied.
the pit.
No, you're still tied.
How did they throw us down in the pit one by one without? Was there that much distance between the ropes?
No, you're just going down like dominoes. I'm describing it very slowly because I'm giving you a chance to say something if you want to do something.
Well, after Ashe goes, Aja's going to want to go down. And I want to make sure Hesera goes down, and then Cthulhu will essentially be making it so that they can't try and grab Hesera.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and brace her fall. Because she's weaker than us.
All right. So, you kind of push your way forward, and the Yuan-Ti person's just kind of like looking at you odd, like you're so eager to get into this pit, but nevertheless just throws you in.
I try and do an acrobatics to roll.
You are
Oh.
get thrown in. Take 5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
But you can make some kind of roll to soften the blow for Sarah.
Yes. So that was -5 bludgeoning.
Yes.
60. Sweet. And then acrobatics.
Sure.
Survival? What am I doing?
Whatever you'd like.
Survival. I have a 10 in that. That's a 26.
Okay. So you immediately get up and kind of hold your hands up in a way that wouldn't be seen by the guards, but would be able to soften Sarah's fall, and she is thrown in, and you basically like catch her and like lay her on the ground, sort of a swooping motion to prevent the massive bludgeoning amount that she would take. And with that, finally, Cahoon, you are pulled in as the portcullis closes, sealing you inside. And the Yuan-Ti person throws you into this pit. You take 1 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And now you are all cramped inside this tiny hole.
Are there other people in this besides us?
You are the only ones
TPK.
in this pit.
How big is this pit? Is it
10 feet wide.
10 by 10? So it's
10 feet
essentially
deep, 10 feet wide.
this. Okay.
Yeah, so the opening is roughly 5 feet at the top, but then it bells out to the 10 feet circular room,
Okay.
sort of like an oubliette.
Is there like a stone wall? So we don't have access to the other pits.
No, there's just these circular bottoms that are slanted that go up to this 5 foot, from 10 feet to 5 feet.
Oh, like we're like here's the entrance and it's like this?
Yes,
Or like in a bottle almost.
in a bell, yes.
Interesting. And it's all stone?
It is all stone.
I'm gonna knock on one of the walls.
Okay.
Just
It's kind of muffled. Like you don't hear anything from the other side.
okay. I wish we had the dwarf with us.
Or is the entire party in one? Or are they
Yeah.
split up? Okay.
We're all in one, this bottom one. But there was like a good amount of people just cramped in this one. And I'm assuming the others as well.
Yeah.
So we're by ourselves in this. We don't have any other prisoners near us.
No, it's just the 7 of you in that hole.
Shit.
We saw the other 6 go into the hole to the right of us. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I looked in this one and there was a bunch of people in that one.
All right.
Is there room to sit?
At the edge, yes, you can kind of sit where the bell curve kind of does move in, curves down into the bottom.
So is it more like a flask?
The edges are curved. So it's kind of a little bit of a dip at the bottom, and then it rises up and curves. It's very smooth. Yes, more like that.
Okay. Well, Kafas.
Does anyone have, stone, where you can manipulate stone or earth or whatever these walls is made of?
Whoop.
Thank you, Ponderance, saving me back there. I don't think that they would have listened to you otherwise, or any cries for help. You as well, Ashe.
I suppose.
Did anyone get a good eye's view of the winches above there?
Yes, I looked at them very carefully. They appear to be fairly well maintained.
I didn't see any women.
I don't know how we could access the crank though from here.
Mage hand? Anyone has that?
Like I said before, I have I can summon an invisible creature to do very simple tasks, although it's not very strong.
Well, this appeared to be a well-maintained piece of equipment. It shouldn't take much strength to operate the winch. It just takes not being in here. I'm sorry, I've dropped into my English accent, haven't I?
It's very easy to do.
That's what I get for running my lines all day. Quite.
I say, Kosa.
Well, if the cage on top of us is locked, I have a spell called knock that'll lock it.
But that will make a loud noise. We went through this last time. I have lock picking stuff.
Ooh, that's a quiet activity.
I
All right.
hope. That's my goal. I also have a crowbar.
Okay, who's the best at picking locks?
Aja raises her hand.
Let's see, so that would be a sleight of hand skill. It's I've got a 5 in sleight of hand.
I've got a 5 as well.
Anyone better than 5?
What are we sleight of handing?
Just help.
Not
so
bad.
you can pick a lock.
Not
I'm
me.
proficient in thieves' tools.
Loki, as you look up, you don't see any kind of lock on the grate.
Oh. Yes. Did you say you saw a lock somewhere, Aja? I can't see one.
No, I thought that's what Sheila was saying. Because she's got the knock.
I said if there is a lock, I could unlock it, but
all right.
yeah, that wasn't sure.
Oh, I see.
Here, I've got an idea. Okay, so who's the lightest of us? Would that be you, Sheila?
But I don't know. Hey, look here. Fire.
Okay,
You
climb on my
play-
shoulders and
Yeah.
get a closer look at that grate.
All right. I can clamber up there and get a good close look at it.
Yeah, you don't need to make any kind of roll with everyone in this area, kind of just helping you stabilize and whatnot. You're looking at the mechanism, and it looks like it is opened with the winch and the pulley system. It doesn't have any kind of lock or like trigger kind of thing.
Can we see the winch and pulley system from where we are? Can we see it? Line of sight.
You can push your head like really close through the big grate in the middle, and you see that the winch is on the left here.
Okay.
And
All
then
right.
the ropes are pulled through these pulleys.
All right. Do you want to try it? You want to stage our break now?
If we can,
Everybody, are you ready?
yeah, if we can get these other people out.
I should get my stuff out of your bag.
Are we sure they're gone?
They're not inside this particular room. When I poked my head out, I didn't see nobody.
Frankly, I'm feeling a bit naked without my chainmail. And I miss my plushy worm toy.
He's jonesing.
I'm just gonna look to Cthulhu and Ponderance and Ashe and be like, are we doing this now?
Is there going
So-
to be a better time?
I guess for me, it's just we don't know where the scythe is yet. We haven't seen it.
I mean, even if we.
Well, we'll never
did-
find out in here.
Yeah, I don't think we can do a lot of search.
And we can set all the slaves free and play it by ear.
I am Spartacus.
I mean, if
Yeah.
we put all our stuff on, we'd still have to try to get out of this hole somehow. One at a time, maybe two at a time. But like, if they just look down and they see us wearing our armor, they just don't open the grate. Unless we think we can push it open.
Well, we have the unseen helper turn the crank and open the grate. And then we just have to lift each other out and climb out of our way. And it's only 10 feet, so we should be able to make a human ladder and climb out.
I mean,
Misty
yeah.
Step or whatever it is.
I'm like 7 feet tall, so like most of the people I can just
Oh,
raise up.
that's true.
And then I'm assuming that we have enough additional weapon on us to give to other people, but do
We
need
have
to keep-
some additional weapons.
Yeah, I did bring a few extra.
I also have a giant goat.
So handy.
And I have my bag of tricks. So who knows, I might get a nice animal friend.
About what time did we go into the the village as chattel?
Into here, into the temple.
Yeah. Yeah.
So probably like mid-afternoon.
Okay, so it really hasn't been that long then.
No, I don't believe so. You saw the encampment first at about just after noon, so it's been like maybe an hour since then.
Okay.
Always the best time to escape is usually like very
morning?
early morning. Like we're talking like 3 in the morning.
Well, maybe because they're all reptilian. If the sun's not up, they'll be too lethargic to do anything about it.
Oh, like get them in the cold of night.
Yes, use our mammalian advantage of internal regulation of heat. Unless they have heat lamps around the
God.
building.
I
I-
keep forgetting about my mammalian advantage.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna like we're pretty sure there was no one else, like those guys left the room, right? We heard the portcullis close.
The portcullis closed just as Cahoon was getting shoved into the pit.
Aja's just gonna like yell out the like, hello, is anyone out there? Other
Where do
Other
I
people-
be?
I'll
Right.
also speak out in Elvish. Havana,
Just make some hissing.
Anathara.
They're not cats.
Um,
So are you calling to guards or are you calling to the slaves?
Slaves.
Okay.
Because there's just grates on the top, right?
Yes.
No
so,
cork that was shoved in.
No. Throughout this entire time you've been talking, you've been hearing like groans and moans of weakened people coming from the room in general. When you first entered, you could hear them coming from the two pits up top. But after you call out, you don't hear any kind of reply. You just hear a lot of just people in pain.
I don't hear anyone call out.
Nope.
Whoops.
I'm going to say in more Elvish because I assume we saw some elves, right? You described elves and other humanoids.
Yes.
I'm gonna call out in Elvish. Solevin Gihana Hanan. We are here to help. We just need more information.
You don't hear any kind of coherent reply.
The push or shove. You said that Aja resisted it when she took the slashing.
What?
When she took slashing earlier, there was like poison and the slashing damage. Did it give her a condition?
No. It's just
Okay.
poison damage.
Okay.
I don't have long to live.
Are there the other people in? How many other people are with us?
It's just the 7 of you in this pit.
Oh, that's no fun.
I'm gonna pull out my spell casting thingy, majig, which is.
You gonna hand out people's stuff to them?
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna, I guess, hand out people's stuff if they really want it. I feel like being a little more discreet at first. Is the better call, but I will if they ask for it, they can pull their stuff out of the bag of holding.
Well, Sarah will want her focus and her dagger.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
my magical, my loot and magical stuff.
So I'll pull out. I'm pulling out just my spell focus. I'm not gonna pull out my weapon. I'm just pulling out my spell focus.
Okay.
I'll pull out Sarah's spell focus and that stuff. I believe, if I understand right, anyone can access the bag of holding if they just say their stuff, right?
You just have to think it.
Yeah, if you know what's inside the bag, you can just think it and it appears in your hand.
But anyone can do that to my bag of holding.
Correct.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just pass my bag of holding around and I was like, take out what you want. I think being
Literally
discreet at
anyone.
first will be the best call, but I'm
Okay.
not. It's everyone has their own freedoms to do what they like.
Okay.
How loud was the grate when it got closed?
I mean, they weren't being quiet about it. You could definitely know that the other room would be able to hear it.
I'm gonna pull out an item from my gray bag of tricks, but I'm gonna try and throw it up out of the grate.
In a particular direction?
Yeah, to the one that I knew there was people in, which was this northern one, north of us.
I guess I will hoist her up so she is how the hole in the grates is large enough for you to put your head through, but not your whole body. Yeah.
It is not enough for your head. It's just slightly too small. So you can poke
But
your face through and look, but you can't push your head all the way through.
Yeah, but it's enough for a
Here's
hand.
Johnny.
So that was a panther.
if you were like a halfling or a gnome, you could probably stick your head through, but otherwise not.
You threw a panther in here?
Apparently, into the one north of us.
Well, I was gonna hold you up to make it to where you could aim better, but I'm glad you didn't.
And
What were you hoping for?
well, like I have
Always
a
a
weasel,
raccoon.
a raccoon, weasel. I think those would be useful. Maybe even a badger.
Hey, get the seahorse out.
Get the roctopus.
Yeah, I guess I should also use the wet bag.
I summoned gray whale.
It just explodes. We're free now. Did it, everyone?
Mammalian efficiency.
Do you command your panther to do anything when it?
Yes, I'm going to command it to hold on, I have my spell casting mistletoe out, and I want to cast Beast Sense. Well, hold on. Let me try a few more times to try and get Weasel. Let's see. That was one. Boop boop boops. Megatrix. That was the one. Now for the second attempt. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's a fucking giant badger. Okay, I'll save the final fall and I'll just accept the panther because they're stealthier. And I'll just tell the badger, like, go hang out in the other cage of the newbies to the east of us.
I feel like. Oh, okay. I was like, if you send it to
badger
the
will go
other
in this
room-
one.
So you threw the panther up north, and are you
Yes.
throwing the badger up north as well, or are you throwing it to the?
I'm throwing it, I guess more into the center. Trying to kind of like go between this one and this one. And then I'm going to command it to just go into this one. And see what's going on in there. Be a comfort pet is what I'm commanding the badger to do. Calm those people. Be comfort.
Calm
People
your
look up
tits.
and see a giant badger's face just staring down at them.
Keep calm. Where are the tits?
Keep calm and carry on. Nothing to see here. Just a badger. It's always been here.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
Well,
For
with-
my panther, I want to do. Speak
going-
with animals. Would speak with animals work? On the panther?
I mean, what you can command it to do anything you want without casting a spell.
But I want to be able to hear what it sees in there.
You want to hear what it sees?
Well, like, so communicate.
Okay.
I don't think I can see through its eyes.
No.
You don't want to warg into it.
And I'm not going to understand, like, it going, rah, 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 rah. Yeah, I'm not going to understand it. It's going to be doing its. Not going to understand that.
It's a dolphin.
It sees a bird in the bird person.
Yeah, there's a
There's a
Aarakocra
Kenku.
in there.
Yeah,
Kenku in there. And I just hear that.
I'm going to kind of elevate Cthulhu's voice and say something along the lines of, "Don't mind the animals. It's my friend is trying to be helpful. They are just to look out and see how you guys are doing. If you could please tell me how many are in each one of your cells and how you are doing, I would appreciate it.
Who are
We
you
are-
telling this to?
Just the room."
Okay. Anyone who will listen?
Yes, we are here to help. We have brought our stuff in bags hidden inside of our cloths. I will make a persuasion.
And I'm just gonna have my cat just kind of poke its face into these grates and these grates and just give me an account of how many people are in them and what are their conditions.
Okay. So, as you are doing all this fun animal things, anyone who is looking, at the grate, like above, see outside of their cell, sees the head of one of the lizard, or this Yuan-Ti monstrosities, look into this room as it sees a badger materialize just in the middle of the room, and kind of just
This
like
place is infected. I thought they'd be cleaner than this.
hiss, and Ponderance hears in Broken Draconic furry animal and infestation. It appears to be speaking to the other creatures in the room, and its room. And there's another that kind of like pokes its head past and tries to look inside.
Did
Cahoon?
my cat try and hide?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Panthers
Panthers are supposed to be really good at stealth, I think.
You speak that to all who were here, but like when Aja made an announcement about trying to be there to help, you don't get any kind of reply back. So Panther, roll stealth.
That's Dex, right?
Yes.
17. And then
Like-
blends into the shadows.
I mean, like, how long have we even been down here? Like, in the holes?
Like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay.
like 10 to 15 minutes.
It's just like, didn't even give it time. I know.
It doesn't open the portcullis because, I mean, it's trapped in there, so it's not gonna just go in there just to freaking take down a badger, but it's gonna, like, just keep an eye on it.
Have the badger sniff around, try and like be aggressive towards the snake thing, like it's looking for meat.
I mean, badgers are one of the animals that hunt.
Snakes.
If you think this badger can take on these snakes, go right ahead. It's
Man,
up to you.
normally it's a mongoose.
A mongoose.
Alright, so Panther is hidden. It is not communicating what it sees because you asked it to be quiet.
Yeah.
You hear the sound of Broken Draconic coming through portcullis. You see the head of one of the Yuan-Ti monstrosities, like kind of watching the badger as it sniffs around. But what else would you like to do?
Can the badger? That's a giant badger, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's size medium.
So it can't fit into these grates.
Nope.
Is there any kind of hole or tunnel it can crawl into?
I mean, it's got giant claws. Trying to make its own.
Can it dig? I mean, it's stone. I don't think badgers can dig through stone.
Badgers don't fuck.
Badger.
Honey badger don't give a fuck.
Unfortunately, this isn't a honey badger. This is an English badger.
It's a giant badger.
This giant English
Cheerio.
badger enjoys tea in the afternoon.
Where's a monocle?
Yes.
Crumpets.
Crumpets. Rumpets of tea,
Colonialism.
berries and cream.
You can have it
Yeah,
start.
enjoys tea and colonialism.
Oh God.
Sometimes at the same time.
Oh God.
Enjoys tea and subjugating other people.
Afternoon
Genocide.
imperialism.
Afternoon imperialism. Oh my God. Badger.
Badger.
All right.
Well, I guess I would have the
do.
badger just kind of like, I don't know, sleep
make
on
it-
top of the grate or something.
Is the portcullis wood or metal?
It is iron.
Can it fit through the portcullis?
No. The portcullis is even smaller than the grate.
Great.
It wouldn't be very much of a portcullis if things could fit through it.
Well, I mean, but did these snake people expect a badger?
A giant badger.
A giant.
Again, this is a medium-sized creature.
Explicitly.
Wait. There are. What is the stuff that is not the grate made of?
Air.
So you've got the iron grate, you've got the stone walls, you've got a, what did I say? A chain. It's not a rope, but a chain from the grate to the winch and the pulley system.
Based off of my knowledge from before being shoved down here, how thick is the stone between us and this one?
You would think pretty thin. Less than 5 feet.
So what you're saying is I could stone shape it and get us in there.
Where were you 25 minutes ago?
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
just asked
God.
if anyone had that.
It's fine.
Hello.
It's okay. We're coming to
My-
solutions.
My brain. Sorry.
I mean, yes, you could stone shape into the other pit, but that doesn't bring you out of the pit. Just makes the pit bigger.
Makes it a communal space.
You guys can get me up there. I could try to charm them fellas.
still
or
would
either
be-
put them to sleep.
It still would be good though, because then we could finally, like, connect to the other people and give them weapons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I have my
Yeah.
badger like get up to the grate and just try and block as much view as possible?
Yeah.
If it's so big, it's
It's-
gonna use that
Hey,
mass.
stop! No recording! No recording! No recording! It's private property.
It can like get up on its hind legs and do a little dance.
Get up off of that day.
gonna do dance. It's gonna do the Macarena.
Give
It's
it
gonna
some
try and do the
streamers.
best dance possible for these snake people.
River dance.
Yeah, go ahead. If the badger approaches the portcullis, the Yuan-Ti monstrosity will move back and kind of like watch it, but not really make any kind of move towards it or aggressiveness.
I think the badger's gonna try and do like a mating dance. Not able to move the badger token, but he would be like right here.
You're not able to?
I'm not. I can move the panther. There we go. Doop. Can't see. Not for you.
Starts doing a river dance.
Just really try and confuse these lizard folk.
It's like the not red panda. It's like the the black bear in China that people are convinced is a human wearing a suit.
Yes, it's doing that.
Gosh, it does look like a human wearing it.
It
Too.
does.
I'm half doubtful.
I love the commercial that they made. It's spoofing that. Where it was an entire zoo of humans wearing animal suits. And
Made to feel bad about themselves.
All right. So the badger is dancing. I want it to make a charisma check.
the badger?
Yes.
I don't have skills to roll for it.
You should. You can't
I
see the character
should.
sheet.
I see the character sheet and I have it open, but it just says traits and actions, like it's the bio and info page. Don't see any character sheet or attributes and abilities sheet.
Can you close it and open it again?
Yes.
This has been roll
Oh,
20
there we go.
IT support.
It worked.
Yeah. It's got a -3 to charisma. Why are your badgers so unlikable?
It's a
Jesus.
badger.
Okay.
It's in the name.
Because honey badger don't care.
Yeah.
Uh,
They just won't leave you alone.
okay, well, it got a -2.
-2.
So
I give it guidance.
no,
no,
you
I can't
cannot.
touch it.
Oh, damn.
Does your badger have inspiration?
No, my badger does not have inspiration. And I already gave inspiration. And my birthday inspiration. I have no inspirations to give. Only aspirations.
I got an inspiration to give.
I don't- I
How
don't-
about some bardic inspiration? Since I got my harp out, I can give bardic inspiration.
I think
Doesn't that help?
everyone in here should be very quiet.
Does it?
Can you? Do you have to see the target?
Let me look. Is this on a badger?
Yes, this is on the badger that is
I am-
outside the cell.
Won't the lizard
I'm-
people hear your instrument
I just sound
and wonder
pretty.
where it came from?
How do they know? Well, it's human music. This is mammal music right here.
But-
What do they know?
But they didn't see you have a harp. They didn't see you with instruments
Yeah,
go into the
yeah,
hole.
Maybe they
this-
think I make. Well, I'll just sing. I hold my harp as a
Okay.
thingy. Sing. It's that. All right. Bardic inspiration works like I got so much crap. Bardic inspiration, you're just right here. Just have to hear me. They just
I mean,
who can hear me? He just has to be within 60 feet of me and be able to hear me.
If
got
you
it,
want-
badger.
if you want to use your D8 on a -2, you can.
It was a natural one. Yeah.
Well, I don't know how much it would help.
Nah.
Doesn't sound like it would.
Well, let's just go with that and see what adventure comes.
Who knew
s-
dancing badger would fall to our ruin?
I mean, you're still in the hole, so it just nothing bad will come to you until they take you out of the hole and enslave you. But
How many badgers have I sacrificed at this point?
at least 4.
Yeah.
So the I don't know if you're watching or not. Aja will know what happens because a link will be severed. And yeah, so the as far as you know, you hear the sound of slashing coming through the bars of the portcullis. And Aja, you know that the badger has disappeared without your permission.
I'll shed a single tear.
I cry every time.
Just a single tear rolls down my cheek.
Sure.
He tried. He tried his best. Godspeed, little man.
Ponderance, you hear the single word of vermin in broken draconic. Okay, so you're down a badger. What would you like to do next?
I'm gonna have my cat keep hiding. And I figure we should bide our time.
Since a lot of stuff happened all at once, you don't have to have cast speak with animals, because the whole badger thing, the creature came over to check on the badger, so that hasn't been cast. If you don't want it to, if you want to just wait it out, save a spell slot. Okay, so the plan is to wait until you're taken.
Can't we?
What if we collect the other people, and then when they come to take us, we all jump out?
Yeah.
They'll never expect the Spanish Inquisition.
Nobody expects a Spanish Inquisition.
Okay, so you want to do your stone shape to get into the right side cell?
That's what I'm thinking.
Just
Do
as
we
long-
think that
The correct answer, Amanda, was oh yeah.
Let's get our stuff. We'll feed and arm these people. Get them on our side, and we can do the best we can to break ourselves out of here.
Yeah. Did we see which one they went? They went in the one next to us, right?
Yes, they went into the east side.
Okay. I will do that one first then. So for example, okay, I make a door to the one next to us that I have pinged.
All right. You touch the wall adjacent, and a sort of a very odd-shaped door appears in the side. Has that bell curve up, but you managed to make it so you can open up the adjacent.
How do they look?
Oh, you go in? You didn't say that you opened the door. Did you say?
Oh, sorry. I imagined it as an open door.
Oh, you said a door, not a doorway. So I just thought it was.
Sorry, yeah,
Open.
that's
Yeah. So you touch it, the stone pulls away, and pulls to the side, and from where you see about a dozen individuals laying scattered around the floor. It seems like they don't really care if they're laying on top of each other or not. They don't really have their own space to lay here. You see the 6 people that were thrown in, that you were brought in the temple with. They don't make any kind of movement to acknowledge that a doorway has just appeared between cells.
Do they look like I need to heal them?
Roll a medicine.
Yeah, I was gonna do something similar.
Oh, hang on. Let me mark that I used that spell slot. Medicine. Okay. I will use my inspiration.
Would you like some bardic inspiration with that?
Couldn't hurt.
Got her bardic inspiration.
I mean, you could probably go with the 23.
Roll a d8 if you're given that bardic inspiration. Okay. So you walk into the room. They don't really acknowledge your presence. They just kind of lay there. Just by looking, you can tell that they are breathing, so they're not just a pile of dead bodies in here. And you go up to one, then another, and another, and you can tell that most of these people are very well worn, like they've been working a long time, been underfed, just enough to keep them going, but not enough to make them strong enough to try to escape. The ones that you saw, the ones you recognize as the chained ones, you can tell that they have been administered a poison to try and get them to be more lethargic. The general feeling of this room is no energy or no motivation to actually make an attempt to look alive.
I can play Song of Rest to help gain some hit back or start feeling. Will that help?
If they were poisoned.
I can heal 4 people from being poisoned. Not using spell slots.
Okay.
Wait,
That would
I lied.
be better than
I can do 5.
be better than me using spell slots.
So
Is Song of Rest an ability?
It is. It's. I can do it during short rest to regain hit points at the end of a short rest by I spend a hit dice.
Oh, so you're like giving a hit dice to like
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah, and at level 10, that's a D10. They get a D10 of hit points. So, does that help them? I can do it.
Is it the fact that they're hurt, or is it that they're poisoned? That's the issue.
I think it's the poison that's the issue at the moment,
Also, with the
in my
with this
opinion.
with the weapon that I recently acquired, everyone within a 10-foot circle, if I activate it for a full minute, every turn can gain 1d4 hit points. And that's, again, just a passive or like an active from my weapon that resets every dawn. It's not a spell slot.
Ash, with that medicine check, the people who are weakened, not the ones that are poisoned, they don't look to be damaged per se. They do look like they have scars from previous disciplinary actions, but they don't look like they are quote unquote missing hit points. They just look like their hit point maximum is so low that they're just weak.
We could. We do have quite a bit of food. We could get them have a good meal, and in the morning we could try something.
I'm gonna talk to them and see what they know. If they can, I'll just go over quietly to someone and say, "What do you think is going to happen tomorrow? What's scheduled?"
Roll a persuasion.
I will assist. Are you gonna go over to one of the ones that just got brought here, or one of the ones that's
The
already
one
been
that
here?
look, I'm gonna look. The one that looks the healthiest, one that's most aware.
Of the ones that just got brought here, or the ones that?
The
the
people
ones
that
that-
have been around. The people that have been around.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to find out what the schedule is. What's likely to happen if we waited.
I have a +8. Do you want to roll again, or do you want me to roll?
I had a +7.
Right,
I already rolled.
I was saying I
Sheila,
was going.
she just roll once more.
Roll once more.
So you go over to one of the ones that aren't chained to each other, one of the ones you haven't seen that were shoved into this pit, and they look like they are, like you can see, their skin is taut against their muscles and bones. They aren't like you can't like see their ribs like that, but like you can tell that they have been worked for a while. You see scars along their arms, legs, a couple on their faces, and you ask them like what's going on tomorrow, and you just barely hear like croaking out of their mouth, like stone.
Make you break stone.
Or
Or
Sounds like to
or
me.
what?
sacrifice you on the stone.
they're getting stoned. It's a weed farm.
Somehow I
I
don't
knew
think so.
I'm gonna lay on hands 5 of the people to cure one disease or neutralize one poison affecting it. So if it's a poison that is hampering them, then it's poison.
Okay. So 5 of the 6 that were brought here, you put your hand on them, and they do like get up, sit up, move off of the people they were lying on, and like kind of rub their head, and they do look like they are a bit still lightheaded, woozy.
I will lesser restoration the last person.
So you, Ash, with this, you recognize that the poison has been cured from their bodies. They are more able, but they still look a bit weak. unsure of their situation.
Potions, he probably fixed poison.
Okay, what would you like to do next?
What did we get any answer? Okay, so they're probably going to have us go up in stone. I don't know. Do you think it's wise to wait until the next day? If we do this in the middle of the night, maybe there'd be fewer guards for us to have to overcome in order to get through to everybody here.
Um,
I mean, waiting might allow these people to aid us a bit more effectively.
yeah. I think so too.
All right then.
Just don't know, like, what exactly.
Well,
Would we know? Okay, you say like their hit point maximum has been reduced, but like we're with 23. I mean, that's just like they just look emaciated.
yes.
Okay. Are we talking like, you said they were like just skin and bone, right?
Not that thin. They are strong enough to do work, to do labor, otherwise they'd be useless slaves. But they aren't strong enough to like try and escape in a sense.
Okay. I say to the group that I still think the best option would be to give them a really good meal, and in the morning they can try shenanigans. Anything before that, they'll just be killed.
I think
All right.
it's
Dig
fine.
into your thing there. Start passing some food around.
Where are we saying, Amanda?
Said I think that sounds fine.
Can you summon a feast of some sort? Probably shouldn't do food that smells, though. Possible.
I mean, well, I don't know how restorative it will be if I do it that way, but yeah.
How
I can
restorative it'll
summon
be if you,
food and water. Do
or
we have something we can put the water in?
they've
I
got
mean,
mouths.
we should all have mess kits that come with like cups.
Yeah, whether we put water in on a daily basis. Yeah, whatever that thing. We'll use them.
Okay, well, I cast create food and water then.
Got your cheese box.
Oh, yes.
It's one thing we're good at. It's at the providing food.
Mm-hmm.
I've got rabbit meat, but we have no way of cooking it.
Do we try to get to the other?
Yeah, let's get over to the other group too. See who's over there.
Well, if they're in, so the wall of this is the yeah. So if the walls are like this, the wall was thin enough for us to be able to go between, but there'd be 5 feet between the end of one wall and the beginning of the other bells. Like from here to here was fine. I'm not sure how it would be from like here to here or from here to here.
Could be that
Thought.
there's more distance to the other rooms.
Yeah. And you said what level spell was your stone shape?
I think that's like level 4.
Okay. So you only can use it what twice?
I think I have 3. So, yeah, I could do it 2 more times.
But it's how much of earth can you move, or stone can you shape?
Up to 5 feet.
Like 5 square feet?
No more than 5 feet in any dimension. So 5 cubic feet. 5 by 5 by 5.
Okay. You can try to connect the other one. This. Just connect all of them underground.
So as you are giving out food to the slaves in the other room, nursing them back to as best health as you can, you hear a familiar sound coming from above. The sound of the portcullis opening.
Can I dismiss my cat?
Yes, you can.
I dismiss my cat as soon as I hear that sound.
Okay. You hear the sound of it coming up very slowly, and it stops after a few seconds, and you hear the sound of footsteps coming into this room, like cloth on stone. Is anyone trying to get a good look at what's going on?
Aja will. Well, I'm also trying to maybe block the view of the grates. Snap fingers to tell people, stop. Hide your shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's helping you look up? Because it's 10 feet up.
Well,
Can I climb Cthulhu?
If she steps backwards, like towards the end of this side, and tries to look over, are they tall enough that she can see their head, or?
Yeah, you could see the heads of the people. You just wouldn't be able to see what they're doing.
Okay. Well, then I'll just put her on my shoulders and see if I can see as well.
Okay. I want you both to make stealth checks to try and hide the whole being. Trying to look up at what's going on.
Alright, I'm gonna give myself advantage because it still has me with my armor on, but I don't have my armor on, so.
I got 12.
15.
Okay.
Means I rolled a 2. That's frustrating.
Well, that is good enough. As you look up and you see through the grate, 2 of the serpent-headed creatures walk into the room, and one of them moves up to the winch here and starts raising the grate. And that's where we'll end it.
Oh, God.
Dun dun dun.
This is truly a sticky pickle.